Hello my loves, welcome back to Zeke's Lunchbox. I have noticed that there's been a little trend and it happened the same as last year where everybody posted like 2008 versus 2018, and I've noticed that that trend has been happening again, not so much on the YouTube community, mostly been happening on the Instagram community, and I feel like there's just more that needs to be said when it comes to these sort of photos, you know? So yeah, I thought I'd make a video about it. So this is gonna be my art and also how I've improved my mentality from 2009. Time is weird because it feels like it wasn't that long ago, but it really, really was. 10 years is a long time to improve and change and grow, not only as a person but also as an artist. So hopefully by seeing the way I've progressed might inspire you. Hopefully it's like relatable to you, and hopefully you kind of see that everybody has to start somewhere. So yeah, I hope this galvanizes you guys into being like, okay, I'm gonna make 2020 my year. I'm really going to dedicate some time and patience to my craft. Okay, so I have brought out my old hard drive. This is from 2009. Honestly, I was using this up until last year, so this bad boy has really kept up with me. No clue what's on it. So this is a surprise for me, and I'm hoping that this is at the very least entertaining. I have done a little series like this before where we kind of go through my hard drives and discover some old art and I discuss it all. We weren't making good art. I don't know how we were given all these opportunities. The whole shipping container, we painted it with like a rainbow on the inside. So I will pop those 3 videos in the description below if you want to see those. Okay, I'm going to plug in this hard drive. I have no idea where the power adapter is for this, so give me a second and I'll work it out. Okay. Where is it? Oh my god, why do I have so many cords? No. All right. Yes. Backstory. 2009, I might have been living in Canberra, Australia. I remember 2009 and 2010 were kind of weird limbo years. The years when you leave high school have to be some of the hardest years of your life. You're like plunged into being an adult straight away. I would never want to be 19 again, ever. If you're currently 19 right now, or like late teens, early 20s, that is truly some of the hardest years of your life. Don't worry, stick with it. Don't even pressure yourself to try and like have anything figured out. Don't even pressure yourself to have anything figured out in your 20s at all. It's like the perfect time to just try it all. So if you're really stressed and you're forced to find a particular path, maybe from outside voices, you should just quiet those voices down, because your 20s are just for experimenting and really figuring out what you want to do. So for some further context, I've just opened up the folder for 2009. There's hardly anything in it. So for some more backstory, Zeke's Lunchbox was a fashion brand initially, and kind of just a place where I would put all of my creative endeavors would be under this umbrella. I know a lot of people who follow me are creatives and they feel a lot of guilt for not making that much art. Take the pressure off, you've got time. That being said, if I can compare 2009 to 2019, my biggest takeaway from this that I can see right now is quantity. Yes, you want quality as well, but you're only going to get quality art with a lot of practice. If you want to learn quickly, I think speed of when you are making your art is kind of essential. You really only learn from the mistakes of doing. So don't do what I did in 2009 and make like 5 pieces of artwork. Make a lot. Try and double the amount that you made in the last year, or even match it and then like, I don't know, 25% more. So let's go through some of these artworks. I think you guys have seen this one before. Yeah, I posted this one last year in my Instagram 2009 versus 2019. This piece is fine. Really quite like the rainbow in her eyes. I think I've touched on this before. I think the gradient of the rainbow in her eyes is really cool, and I've been wanting to experiment for quite some time with like exploring rainbow skin or like different gradients in skin tones. And it's kind of cool to know that your past self kind of can come up with really good, interesting ideas. I feel like my ideas were a lot fresher when I was younger. I just didn't have the skills and the capabilities to bring it forth into the world. So I think my tip for number 2 things that you can learn from 2009 Julia is if you've got a bunch of ideas, write some lists down. I still brainstorm not just with thumbnails, but I write ideas down for my artworks. You know, write a little paragraph and get some references, circle some areas that I think like could be explored a little bit more. I think doing that preliminary research stuff does help you clarify what your ideas are going to be. Things have changed a lot, but also things haven't changed. I feel like my particular handwriting and my style, I loved color then and I still love color now. And I also think this artwork was heavily inspired by a lot of 70s and 80s movie posters. So I quite liked those like montage collaged artworks from around then. Those styles have kind of stuck with me. All right, moving on. Here is a really fugly self-portrait. Could not even tell you what like 14 and I'm deep meaning this piece has. But you know, I really like the colors in it. I feel like, again, exploring that rainbow skin is something that is worth delving into a little bit more. And I also feel like my portrait painting skills aren't too bad. Prior context, 2009 Julia, even high school Julia, I didn't do any studying, I just drew. So I was just trying to figure out what the hell was going on, you know? I'm not like majorly cringing to it, but there's a lot of things that could be improved. Here is some band artwork that I did for my friends. I actually think the portraits like are pretty lifelike to what they looked like. Oh my god, that typography is so bad. Absolutely terrible. I'd love to like explore some of these ideas again. I think it'd be really funny. Let me know if that's something you guys are interested in. There was a little trend of like redrawing things that you drew back in the past and kind of talking through the changes that you'd make. I'd love to actually make a video like that. So pop in the comments below if that's something that's of interest to you. Let's have one last little look. It's all so ugly. So ugly. I hate it all. What is this cat? Why does he look like that? Oh my god, this is hideous. This is really ugly. Actually, can somebody please Photoshop this cat with that other cat meme where it's like, nah. Okay, jumping ahead to 2019. You can see here, I actually have folders for my projects now. So all of these projects are for individual artworks. Not only have I been able to organize my artwork, that's definitely been a huge change, but I'm also much better at recording and I guess archiving my artwork. But you can see here are some raw photos shooting the mermaid piece. I try and just document a piece as much as possible, like detail photos. You can see I actually do some research, do studies, make up references for my artworks. There's just a lot more time put into final artworks now. I feel like that's been quite essential and the biggest leap from 2009 to 2019. All right, you guys, I think that's it for me. I think that's getting a little peek behind the curtains and seeing what my 2009 versus my 2019 is like. I will put some comparisons up on the screen for you right now so you can make your own judgments. I'd love to know in the comments, how have you changed from 2009 to 2019? Whether that be with your own personal growth, something that you may have accomplished in the last 10 years, even how did you improve with your art in those 10 years? It's a big time span. And hey, you may have not even noticed how much you've grown in that time. So it's a good time to reflect and be a little bit more mindful and appreciative of how much you've grown. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was entertaining for you. you and you've learned something. If you got any value out of this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and also consider subscribing if you want to see some more art chats, behind the scenes from an artist type of dealio. Head to the description to see all the other videos that I've done in the past. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.